Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming today to my presentation. My name is Gibrian Malicki Sanchez. I'm a general practice lawyer working at the Malicki Sanchez law firm that was established in 1959. We're located in Mississauga at Cawthra Road in Lakeshore. Our areas of practice include estate administration, estate litigation, real estate, a bunch of other things. So the topic today is only next of kin of an estate. Picture this: a public service official contacts you and says somebody has passed away and we've identified you as the only next of kin. You're responsible for managing their estate. Now, this situation can arise in many different ways. Obviously, they were related to you in some way. Perhaps they're your brother and you're estranged from them. They didn't go to your parents' funeral, you haven't talked to them in a long time, and you want nothing to do with them. You don't want to help administer their estate. Well, once the public service official contacts you, you should at least get some basic information about, where do they live? Maybe they live in a city that's far away. Compounds of why you don't want to help with their estate. When did they pass away? And where's the body now? By now, you might be asking, well, what is really a next of kin? Like, why is it me? So the basic principle is consanguinity, or the bloodline. Okay, parents, grandparents, your children, cousins, your brothers or your siblings' children, second cousins, okay? Your spouse is entitled to your estate and can act, but your spouse's bloodline relatives are not part of your next of kin, okay? So your stepsister, your parents-in-law, they're not next of kin, okay? So it stops with you. So what do you do now? I would recommend that you speak with an Ontario estates lawyer, because every situation is different and the lawyer will cater their advice specific to your situation. So you already gathered the information you needed from the public service official, and you can share that information with an Ontario state lawyer. First thing that needs to be taken care of is the body. So once the body is found, the police will be called, fire department, the coroner will arrive. Once the coroner confirms that there's no foul play, no murder, that sort of thing, they'll remove the body and then they'll conduct an autopsy. As soon as that autopsy is done, then burial arrangements could be made either with the funeral home or with the municipality. And it's important for you to know where the body is going to go, because the funeral home will give you a death certificate, which is required to apply for a certificate of appointment of estate trustee, which gives you the authority to deal with the estate. Now, once you find out where the deceased live, different things will happen depending on their living situation. So if they were a tenant, then their tenancy is deemed to have been terminated 30 days after the date of death. And the estate administrator or next of kin has that 30-day period to retrieve all of the personal items of the deceased. After that 30-day period, that landlord can dispose of the items or keep it. So you're going to want to be able to contact the landlord to make those arrangements. If it's in a condominium, then the condo will secure the property, they'll maintain the property, and they will charge the condo for that. If the condo fees aren't paid, the condominium will register a lien on title. In the freehold, nobody's looking after the property. So you're going to want to make sure that you secure the property and you maintain it. You're going to want to ensure that certain utilities are continue, for example, heat in the winter, because you don't want the value to depreciate. So what happens next? Again, you don't want to do this. First of all, it's important to note that as the next of kin or executor, you're not required to act as the administrator of the estate. So you can renounce and say, I don't want this responsibility. Next, you'd want to sign a direction giving somebody else the authority to act in your place, so that they can contact the condo board, they can contact the landlord, they can attend the property and do these things on your behalf. Then it's very important to have that person attend at the property to search for a will, because that will tell you who is the executor. The executor doesn't have to be a next of kin. It could be a neighbor, it could be a friend. So if somebody's already listed on there, problem solved. You contact that person, they'll take care of it. If there is no will, then it comes back to you. Also, you're going to want to go into the property to look for bank statements, credit card statements, bills, so that you get an idea of what their assets and debts are, because you're going to need that list of assets and debts to get the date of value for the application of appointment of certificate of estate trustee and to pay the estate administration tax. So who can you appoint to do this for you? Who would you sign the direction for? Anybody that you trust, okay? It could be a lawyer, somebody who's going to be accountable to you, know that they will preserve the property. It could be a trust company. Most major banks will act, but they will charge a fee to do so. The fallback would be the Ontario Public Guardian and Trustee. They'll do it, but they'll also charge a fee. So let's say you just pick somebody that you trust and not one of these companies or organizations. What's in it for them? They will be compensated. They will receive the executor's compensation, which is about 5% of the value of the estate. For example, the deceased had a condo, it's fully paid off, it's worth $400,000, it's sold, they will get compensated $20,000. And then you'll receive the rest of the inheritance and you don't have to do anything else for it. That's just a little bit of a niche topic. Hopefully you learned something today and I was able to share a bit of my expertise with you. We're 7 lawyers at our firm. And as we say, the law is within your reach. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, thank you for your attention.
Thank you. That's excellent.